H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometime Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Monday. Oh my goodness. Buckle up your seatbelts. We got some unique topics and things to talk about. We had the Ruck on the Wood this weekend. The young fellas, I'm going to let Jimmy come on and talk about that. I got my little say-so. I got a chance to go by and check them out this weekend. I had a unique weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just proud to be a part of this community. And just so many things happen. So share the show right now, because I'm going to share some stuff with y'all that I think need to be addressed and talked about. So share the show. Price of admission to share the show. And if you on YouTube, Simeon, Jack Reese, thumbs up over there. Hey Naisha, thumbs up over there. But let me shout out to my my starting five first. Hold on. Let me shout out. Let me shout out to my people. Hold on. Let me shout out to my people. My starting five today. Let me make sure I look at all. I see you, Shedrick Howard. I see you. Speak to us when you come in there so I can know who you are. But I'm going to talk to you in a minute. But let me see who my starting five. My starting five is the first 5 people who sign into the YouTube or Facebook feed. And they're tabulated. And I just want to acknowledge those people every single day. We got Jeremy Davis. We got Daryl Anderson. Chris Charles, Thaddeus Moody, Eric Boone is in the building. Oh my goodness, my man. And Naisha Phillips is the 6th lady of the day. And I see you though, Brandy. Jack Reese, I see you putting it out there. But let me look at my guys like I couldn't see them at first. I mean, they didn't pop up on my show feed, but I saw them. I saw Shedrick Howard. I saw Thomas, my man, what is that? Monahan. McMahon. Thomas, I can't got my glasses on. Thomas, I'm sorry. I see you, Bryant. Let me see. Yeah, Sonya, I see you. Sonya. Randy Livingston, I see you. Randy, I'm glad you're here because I want to share something with you. Glad to have people like that on this show. But share the show. I got some unique stuff, and I ain't got time to waste. So when people come in, y'all just bring them up to speed. But I had this one of the greatest weekends, and it's a weekend that I really just didn't do nothing for myself, just did stuff for others, and was part of stuff that just helped other people this weekend. And I'm telling y'all, man, if you have not done that before, it's so satisfying. Shedrick, it's just so satisfied, man. Just being able to go and experience the things that I experienced this weekend. Um, and next year we're gonna figure out a way. I need more of us a part of this. It's some unique stuff happened this weekend. It started out on Friday evening, right? Um, it was the JH Town weekend, James Harden weekend. You know, it used to be a weekend full of partying and all of that kind of stuff, and celebrities coming to town. And but James just decided to do a weekend of service. To do a weekend of service. I didn't talk to him. I just saw his actions. I didn't go, but I just saw it. Wasn't no parties, wasn't no celebrities, little baby, all of them. It wasn't none of that. Wasn't no Travis Scott like for previous. It wasn't none of that. He just did a weekend of service. And I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna talk about it. They ain't gonna talk about it on the news. But guess what? I'm gonna talk about it here on the Chop Shop. When a young man, y'all got to hear it. Y'all got to hear me on this one. When a young man that accomplished and that are rich, and got access to his own plane, can go anywhere in the world that he want to, and he decide to come back home. He don't play here no more. Remember, y'all, he gone now. Forget it. Come back here and give to a community. He was instrumental in bringing me into a property that I've never been on before, and put me in a neighborhood that I've never been in before. It's just unfreaking believable. It started out, they had a event at Palace Bowl, the Palace Social. It used to be Palace Bowl, and they done turned it into something. It's just off the chain. And you come in the building, you know, you got to have your name on it. It was invite only. And you come in. When I tell y'all, all you people that drink, y'all and eat, y'all should have had a ball. Everything was free. If you tried to tip the waiter said, everything's been taken care of, Mr. Hal. You can't even tip. I mean, it's just, he had an event, and the event was on what? Financial literacy in our community. He had financial experts from all over the country come in to talk to us and the people that was in attendance about financial literacy. He didn't speak. James sit in the crowd and just listen, just like everybody. What's up, Brad? I saw you, Brad. How you doing out there? I'm talking. I can't speak to you and talk at the same time. Everybody say hi to Brad Kimball. He's on there. He just want me to let him know. He's on the YouTube feed. Say hi to Brad. Please, everybody, right now, say hi to Brad. Please, right now. Great man. Great humanitarian. But Brad, I'm talking about something that happened this weekend that I'm telling you I haven't seen enough of. And so that particular, I mean, you can bowl, you can just do whatever you want to do and learn something that night. That's Friday. So Saturday morning, I thought I was done. I didn't ask. So I get a text, Robert, meet me at U of H. So I go to U of H. If you look in the background, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I go to U of H. I'm headed to U of H. And they said, Robert, plans has changed. I left you. I didn't go to U of H. They gave me the address. I put the address in. And this address took me to this community right here. Right behind. This community behind. That I've never stepped foot on in my entire time in Houston, Texas. Because I just didn't know nobody who lived there. You know, I just never. So, Kevin Freeman, I pull up and I saw all these beautiful black people under this, at this basketball court. That's why I took a picture. That's Terrence Arsenault over this shoulder right here. Let me see, can I point to him right over right there? It's Terrence Arsenault. I got a chance to go to CUNY Homes for the first time in my life. I went live because I'd never been over there before. You know, I passed by it before. But James Harden had planned on being a U of H. They had a U-Haul full of backpacks. I didn't know Adidas made a backpack that nice. I ain't gonna lie, because I ain't never had one. I did not know. I'm just telling you, I got Nike stuff, right? But they had a whole, so somehow it was a mix-up. Wasn't nobody coming, people wasn't coming over to U of H. I mean, they had it all decorated, all pretty. Hold on, hold up. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. They had it all decorated, all pretty. I think I put it up there already. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. I think that's it. Hey, that's in U of H. Oh, beautiful, decorated, but no people. So that's why they gave me, Robert, we going to the hood. So I said, okay, give me the address. I can go over there. I pull up. Oh my God. And y'all all weekend, because I didn't just really ask, because I was just just trying to help out. You know, I mean, it's a lady. I mean, I just love those little kids over there, man. I got to do something to get me back over in that community. I just fell in love with the kids. I fell in love with them. I mean, one lady, and y'all right in the midst of all of this, it was a monsoon came down on top of us. And I'm going to show y'all some of the videos. A monsoon. Share this show, because I'm going to give y'all something that ain't nobody going to give you. A monsoon, and you know it was holes in the top, so it was getting on us. You know, I keep an umbrella because I play golfer. I keep the big umbrella. Matter of fact, my umbrella is one of the umbrellas, the umbrella that brought James in from the car when he came in. I didn't know. I'm telling you, it was, y'all got to understand. Look at these people back here. Listen, this was an event already going on. Part of one of James' team, one of his former securities, he called his wife, grew up in the CUNY homes. So he said, James, hey, if ain't nobody coming to U of H, man, come over here, right around the corner. All of these kids over there, right? So when I get there, these kids are Jaylene Mack with her impact. They were there. They had booths, y'all. They had booths. They had popcorn machines. They had a snow cone machine. When you have a snow cone machine, you got me. Because I used to remember going to the candy lady house and they don't give you but a little bit. And you know, I like a lot of juice. And this over here, you can put how much juice you want in it. So I fell in love with that. So all these kids is waiting. Most of these kids don't know it's going to be a surprise guest. They just said, they announced it's going to be a surprise guest show up. So somebody leaked out to the little kids, it was James Harden. So the little kids coming up to me, telling, Mister, do you know James Harden? I said, yep. Is he coming here today? I said, well, his mom is right there and his sister right there. It's a good chance he might be coming. Look, I mean, they just did. One lady said, sir, because it was raining so hard, she had to go do something in her car. She didn't want to take her kids with her. She didn't have an umbrella. So, I like wild cherry and pineapple. Robert Weiser. So she said, could you watch the kids? So I've been watching kids. I mean, I'm just doing everything around it. I mean, it's just so much fun. James hadn't got there yet. Now, this right here, James hadn't got there yet, and it hadn't rained yet. It was nice and beautiful. I mean, it was nice. And then all of a sudden, as James was coming, a monsoon hit. A lot of people left, but most of them kids stayed because them kids heard word that James Harden was going to be there. James Harden. Kendrick Lewis, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. James Harden. So we waiting, you know, everybody waiting, and we getting rained on up under. I mean, it was crazy. Then all of a sudden, he pulled up. It was, hold on. I got to show y'all some. I'm gonna show y'all some video. There's a couple of the dudes kept talking stuff. Man, hey man, come here, man. Tell me the truth, man. You can talk to me. Is James Harden coming up here for real, man? I said, yeah. Man, don't play with me, sir. Sir, don't play with me. Is he coming? This little boy. I just fell in love with him. I wish I had got his name. And matter of fact, that same little boy and a couple of more of them, as James was going to the car, they walked him to the car, right? And then they pulled up to his mama, where his sister was at. And he asked the security, the little boy, I love him, the one in the red shirt, y'all gonna see him. I'm gonna show it to you, man. He said, hey, hey, Mr. Man, hey, could you give me James Harden number? He said, no, I can't give you his number. He said, what you want to ask him? He said, I just want to ask him a couple of things. Can I get his number? I mean, the little boy, man, I mean, y'all, I'm telling y'all, he stole my heart this weekend. He said, could I get the number? And he said, what you want to ask? He said, do he live in a mansion? His sister said, it's kind of big house, but if you want to call it a mansion, I guess, it's just a big house. He said, what else you want to ask? Oh, could he send me some shoes? Sister stopped, got the little boy's address, all the little boy's addresses and all that kind of stuff. And James' former security, whose wife is from that neighborhood, he gonna get the stuff for the kids and bring them back to him. But I'm just giving you some more stuff before I show you the videos. I'm just giving you some backdrop, man, because it was unbelievable. Yolanda Jones, she came and gave James a proclamation for things he do in the community. But the little boys, I mean, it's just James, when he finally came, y'all, and I'm going to show you the video. He looked around, kept looking. Every time a ball hit the goal, you can tell a hooper, because James was signing autographs and looking up, but every time a ball go up, he looking up. The ball, the goal behind me. James was right where Terrence was, but he was watching the other people over there hoop. I mean, something about guys who hoop, they want to watch the court. So James, as he was doing that, he looked around and he said, you know what? The rain was coming out the top. He said, look, I'm going to come back and redo this court. I'm going to come back and redo this court. The Adidas guy was there. Man, let's come back and redo this court. I said, wow. So that's a hat of mine. James probably, I should have told y'all this yesterday. He probably didn't say it on social media, but I was there when he said it. But let me give you some stuff that happened this weekend, man. It's just so much stuff. That's just for Saturday. I told you about Friday, Saturday. I can't wait to tell y'all about Sunday. Sunday took the cake. But hold on, let me look and see, can I find some stuff? Think about that, man. This wasn't on the agenda. James was supposed to go to remember, U of H, and everything was supposed, it was immaculate in U of H. But wasn't nobody in there. The hell with these folks? These folks giving away all this stuff, back school supplies, everything. These nice backpacks. Just unbelievable. So I went. I'm just gonna show y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all inside of what was going on. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Friday, he went to the food bank, and I tweeted out something because a lot of people weren't able to go because the rain was storming. I forgot about tell y'all about this. It was storming, but he had donated so much money to food banks. He had thousands of families he wanted to. All you had to do is, I don't know. I hope y'all took that link and found out where that stuff was. And if you didn't need the food, find out people who needed it. And I hope y'all shared that link. I know Kevin Freitman did, and I don't think a lot of other people. Y'all, when people do stuff like this, y'all understand. Like I said, this guy could be anywhere in the world, on an island with a supermodel right now. And he came back to CUNY Homes in the food bank. See, y'all can talk about the basketball all you want to. Like I said, y'all, LeBron, y'all can talk about it. But the things these guys do, that a lot of y'all have no idea, but y'all just, I don't like him because this. But this how he came. This how he came to the CUNY Homes yesterday.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. They probably
Preach every single year. This is what it's about. Like I really enjoy these awards of giving back and making an impact on the communities, communities that that don't really have a lot of hope. You know what I mean? So tonight was a huge event. A lot of kids give backpacks and school supplies and things like that. And as you can look around and see, we got a court that we want to refurbish and make it look how it's supposed to. With that being said, Adidas, we're going to give some shoes away and just give people hope. Give people hope in life around here, and that's what we're about. Preach every single.
Man, people can say what you want, but I was there. It's ridiculous. I mean, hold on. That's my little dude in the red right there. The little dude in the red right there. He was right there. He was all over the place, kid. Look, he messed with James all day. Everywhere James went, that little boy, look at him. They going at it all single day. That's the little boy was talking about, hey man, please tell me, man, is he coming? Hey. Y'all, that's the kind of stuff. I mean, my camera got mixed up while I was over there. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. And James still came out in the midst of all of that. That's my camera. My camera work ain't that great. So y'all blame me for that. I'm not the best cameraman. I'm just trying to tell a story. So that's what happens this weekend, man. Hold on. Let me get that off. I just want to show y'all when people, you can don't like him for whatever, basketball, all that kind of stuff. But man, let me tell you something. I know for a fact this young man could have been anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And he would have, could have been doing anything. He could be on the south of France. He could be on a yacht in Saint-Tropez. But he came back home to do this for a community. I keep telling y'all the story. I know y'all don't want to believe it. He told Tillman Fertitta, just trade me. I'll come back at the end of my career. I just want to go and be able to put in a position. You rebuilding here. You got rid of, you allowed the president, Tad Brown, to leave. You allowed Daryl Morey to leave. You didn't renew the contract of Mike D'Antoni, my coach. All of them leave, and because you got a contract with me, you won't let me leave. Trade me to Philly, not to up there to that dysfunctional situation up there in the New Jersey Nets. James, I keep trying to tell y'all, James never wanted to go to New Jersey Nets. But that's Tillman because why? Daryl Morey and Tad Brown, who they work for now? Philly. So Tillman didn't want to send them to Philly like all my guys left. I mean, he just didn't want to do it. And I ain't mad at him. But he had to hold on James, and then people mad. He forced his way out. Well, damn, he asked his way out. He told him, I got a house here. I got a restaurant here. I got my mom and my family live here. It's just unbelievable, man. When we and I know as fans, y'all love to hate players. Love that, however y'all do that. But when a player come and do this kind of stuff right here, we got to applaud him. We got to applaud him. I'm sorry. I don't care what you don't like about him. I don't care what you don't like about him. I ain't seen nobody else come to home and say they're going to refurbish the court. But moving on. I'm glad I just had this shot. Hey, women, wait till I tell you what he did for the women. I got a whole, I'm not going to do that today. I might have to wait till Women Rock Wednesday because it's women, the stuff that he doing for the women. Oh my goodness. You got to realize two powerful women helped raise them, his mom and his sisters. And Gary Carter, Gary Carter, I did call you. I called you and wait a minute, I might have didn't call you, but I called, Michael Jordan with HTX. I called, I said, see where y'all at? Y'all can come and get some of this action. And y'all didn't want to be my person for photographer. Boy, y'all could have had it. But guess what? I respect your time. And guess what, y'all? Doing all this stuff that I did this weekend, I still found time. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I did not want to leave the women's brunch that James Harden gave for the women. The women's businessmen, the women's business lady, the business women in Houston. He gave them a free brunch at his restaurant on that Sunday, yesterday. And I tell y'all, I did not want to leave. But I had to come by the Rook on Wood. Shout out to all my young fellas out there. Let me talk about them. Let me tell y'all something. I saw Trey Luce. I got to see him. I saw this first time I've seen a lot of these kids in purpose because I ain't been going to these games. And I saw what's my big fella, JoJo Tugler. I love him. Y'all, and if y'all see Terrence Arsenault, that's a kid after my own heart. If you can look over my right shoulder, right there in the blue, that's Terrence Arsenault. I think the kid Maneki from South, and then another kid. Oh, one more kid in orange. He is I don't know him that good. Oh, I'm sorry, young man. I just if y'all know his name, call his name out. But oh yeah, I saw a lot of people yesterday. But it was let me tell y'all. Yes! Bargain. Yeah, Bargain. See, Bargain. I never seen him play in person. But those young cats came out and assisted and helped. They were there. But it was let me tell y'all something. Then I saw on Twitter. See, I'm gonna show y'all our problem with our people. Okay? Let me show you the problem with our people. I saw, check this out, on social media. This was the worst JH weekend that I ever seen. Where no celebrity, no this. The man did a weekend of service that benefited our community. And you worry about a party. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all this. Our community, it seems like somebody came and switched the price tag on what's valuable and what's not. Somebody that came into Saks Fifth Avenue with some Dollar General stuff, tags, and switched the tags on stuff that's valuable. We got to understand what's valuable. Got to understand what's valuable. This guy did not have to go to the CUNY Homes. It was storming. What y'all do when it's storm? Go back home, don't you? What y'all do in a storm? Man, I ain't going out today. I'm just going to sit here and chill. This man got out in the rain. He could have left U of H saying, well, I tried. That man went right round the corner and said, I'm going. Did y'all see when he got out of the car? I don't know if y'all saw this. I'm going to show this, and I want y'all to see something. And it just made me think about it. Watch when he got out the car. He had the bags in his hands. His assistants didn't. Watch this.
Here we go. 1, 2.
I know y'all missed that. He was serving. He was coming to serve. I know y'all glossed over that. Them dudes.
Here we go. 1.
He could have had them guys toting them bags. He toted them bags. Yeah, Sonya, y'all I just wish you could be there. I wish I could have captured them little boys. This little kid told me, Mr. Robert, I missed my football practice today. Cause we was about to go to my football practice. Somebody said James Harden's gonna be here. I couldn't leave. I just missed football practice. He said, I'm not even from this area. I'm from the Worthing area. My mama brought me over here. See, I didn't look at his shape. He ain't shape, but I ain't thinking about, dude, y'all notice I ain't saying nothing about basketball? Because I saw him get up early in the morning and go to the food bank. I saw him get up early in the morning to go to a women's brunch. Listen to me, y'all. I'm finna help y'all out. Robert had own access to a plane. 30 years old. Access to anything I want to. Listen to me, y'all. I'm just telling you now. I probably would have did it some other part of the year, but man, I'll be in the south of France right now. I'm just, hey man, I take my hat off to the guy, but I'm gonna come right back. I got another topic. I'm gonna pivot. I got another topic for you. I got something else. I'm gonna talk about the cane. So all you cane lovers, James, what's his name? LeBron James. Y'all, I'm gonna admit, he's a bad man. He's a bad man. I can't help it. Chop. I'm coming right back. Just gonna talk about Cox Pradia right quick. Our law firm. Anybody, anything happened to them, they need to call them first before anything happens. Watch this.
The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
Shout out to again to Jim Hicks, Doug Jones, Jeffrey Day. Matter of fact, Jeffrey Day is doing some ball for so hard. He gave me this, and he told me that he's having a prospect expo for the class of 2026, 2025, October the 15th. Lock that in, October the 15th. Registration closes September the 25th. Lock those two dates down. Registration closes September the 25th. He ain't gonna play with y'all too long. He gonna get in here and get out. Class of 2024 to 23, October the 16th. He gonna have prospect profiles. You gonna have a combined text testing. Oh, scrimmages and players evacuation. The location is at the ULH Event Center. On United, what is it? Luva Circle, United Luva Circle in Houston, Texas. But BSH Scouting.com. Go to it. Jeffrey Day's website. Great man, great cause. Being able, because let me tell you something, man. I was in that gym yesterday and I saw, man, I love that, man. Parents, thank you. Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the supporters, everybody who was there. Chris Walker came in, and I got a chance to see a couple of guys. I'm telling y'all, I had a long day, but I wouldn't miss it for the world to be around those kids. I mean, I applaud Doug and Jimmy and the things that they do. Got the chance to tell John Uri, y'all admitted he was wrong about some stuff. Man, let me tell y'all something. I like John Uri, and I keep telling y'all I like John. He liked it. John Uri, let me tell you something. Cause when you talk to him, just you and him, and ain't nobody else around, you know you're talking to a man who knows what he's talking about. But then sometimes he the showman in him, the Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey in him. He wants to make a spectacle. So but he admitted on a couple of instances that he was wrong. He tweeted something about Chris Walker a long time ago, and he retracted. And I said, man, you got to retract. So I'm retracting whatever he said about Chris. I know y'all. I didn't. But he said something. He came back and said, man, I was wrong. I was wrong, Chris. I was wrong. But shout out to the parents, Bobby Benjamin, the summer basketball coaches. Y'all saw the Jacoby. I saw everybody. My main man, Robert Carroll, my namesake, was in the building. Who else I saw, man? I just saw Tina Turner. Tina Thompson and her son was in the building. She had a mask on and hid from me. I didn't know that was her until she left. And Tina, I'm mad. I hope you're watching this show. But she have a son, her and Damon Jones, former NBA, got a WNBA player and an NBA player, made a baby. And he played. I just my little two from named Bodie. I think his name Bodie, number 5. That's my dude. That's my dude, Bodie. I like that. I like that. Bodie, you my man. I like how you compete. See, y'all gotta understand. When I see a little guard just going at it on the defensive end and the offensive end, oh my God. Let me tell you something. He just catch my eye. They got some big guys. I saw all your big fellas. I came and sized my seat. When y'all seeing them kids on the floor, they look kind of regular. And I just went and stood up beside him. I said, God, Lord, how come you didn't just give me some of that? Oh, ain't nothing like saying, boy, 6'9", 6'9", 6'9", 6'9". I said, where we get now, where our big men coaches, I don't care if you deal with these kids or not. It's your responsibility to harness and cultivate the talent of those big guys, man. I'm serious. Listen to me. I know you, but man, they don't want me to. No. Man, y'all, it's our responsibility. We got big guys like that. Let's make sure they can play. So, but shout out to those, man. Let me tell you something. Michael Jordan was in the building with HTX Sports. It's just, let me tell y'all something, man. That ruck on the wood, y'all, I was thinking I was at one of the first ones a long time ago. Because I think that's when it originated, might be right before my son came out. My son was always hurt at this time of year. I don't know. Every damn year he was hurt. He always be, he just, play too damn hard. Just do crazy stuff. And one time he missed a dunk, a shot or something, and just hit the pad up under the goal and messed up his one of them bones up in there and started the year off late. Just stupid stuff like that. And but yeah, kids, don't do that. Please don't do that. But man, I just saw a lot of kids. I just saw those two classes. I saw the end of the first class, the juniors, and then I saw part of the seniors, and then I had to leave. But man, it's just unbelievable, man, that all our community can just come together like that, man. Shout out to Sandra, Jimmy's wife. Shout out to the people on the door, the people who help the support team. Hey man, it's unbelievable that the amount of time and energy that these guys, because I was tired, because I had an early morning that morning, and I was just going from James Harden event, my events, James Harden event, then the Jimmy's event, and I didn't see Cam, I didn't see Cameron. I did not see Cameron Collins, Mendy's son. I did not see him, but as soon as I got in, I just got right in there watching the action, and asking guys, and then I was there. Let me tell y'all something. Hey, y'all know who y'all are out there. I ain't gonna call your name out. Man, don't be getting me. Y'all, you know what, y'all? They were trying to force me into debates. They wanted to have me to have a chop shop in there. They was forcing me in debates, and I ain't gonna lie. You know, you can't get to talking stuff. I got to tell you how I feel. So I got to talking. But it's so Marissa, up close and personal. Marissa, I really, really like Bryce. Bryce, when you can play. Bryce, when you just look like you're cool and cruising. Bryce, when you ever just said, man, I don't care. I'm going to be the best guard on the floor. You got the talent to be there, son. I like the way you run the floor. You know your team play. Let me tell you something. You got something. You got something. You got to keep on. Just keep on, but got to keep working, Bryce. See, I saw some kids now. I ain't going to call their names out. But if somebody give me their numbers, I tell their parents. I saw some kids. I saw 8 months ago and a year ago. And they still playing the same damn way they played when I saw them a year ago. Okay? I'm telling you, listen to me. Y'all listen to me close. I saw some kids who's supposed to be highly ranked kids. I saw them play in the state, you know, in the regionals and all that. Man, you the same damn player that I saw back then. Got to get better, man. Got to get better. I'm serious. I'm so serious about this, man. Cause ain't no use in you playing this game. Let me tell you something. If I see it, Jimmy and them see it. Doug sees it. Jeffrey Day sees it. Gary Carter sees it. Bobby Benjamin sees it. If I see that, and they see y'all all the time, we got to awake basketball. Wake up, Brandon Johnson. If I was a guard, my son was a guard right now, there's no way in the world that I wouldn't seek out Brandon Johnson. There's no way in the world. Nowhere in the world. I don't even know if he training kids, but I seek him out. I never forget. You know what I love about him? I'm gonna tell you, and Brandon, Brandon, you probably remember this story. Hold on. I never forget it. We had Mike James facility, right? With Mike James' house, playing in gym. So Robert, my son's up next. I think he might have been in college, might have been 1 year in college or something. I don't know. One of them years. Yeah, first year in college. He was home for the summer. He wanted to work out with Mike James. So I told him, that dude you finna guard right now, Rob, he a bad mom. He talking about Brandon, because he went over there trying to rob Brandon. I said, Rob. And he gonna look at me like, man, I got this. Brandon looked at them goggles and looked at this little skinny dude and went straight at him. Pow, 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 pow. Robert looked over there at me. I said, I told you. But the young man came back and redeemed himself. And I never forget Brandon at the end of the game or whatever. Brandon said, who is that little dude? Because Robert came. He ain't gonna let Brandon just kill him the whole time. But ever since then, Robert always looked up to Brandon Johnson because he's finally found somebody. I said, dude, that's a pro. We about to play. And he's like waving me off and got his little ass. But it was a great competition. And he learned something that day. So Brandon, I'll forever be in your debt. Because you took a little dude, you come back from college, he big man on campus, and you gave him a wake-up call. But he knew he had to get better. In that gym, you had to get better. So Parents, I'm just telling you, I ain't trying to solicit it. I ain't talked to Brandon. I just saw him on there. If I had a guard, my son was a guard, some kind of way, that guy there would have, I would say, Brandon, get him in. What do he need to get in? Brandon, come check him out. Come, I would do something. Okay. All right. I just gave you a public service announcement. And guess what? This week, it's start of school, right? I am going to, they're sending me all the information. I'm going to give y'all all the information student athletes need to be abreast on, starting their seniors and juniors in sophomore, all these years. They supposed to send me all this information. Parents, I'm going to have links for you and everything. They called me this morning and we're going to have information. Let me tell you something. Student athlete. Keep saying it. Student athlete, not just athlete. Y'all got to remember, James Harden was a student at Arizona State first. He wasn't a highly recruited player at first. But those first few years in the league, that man committed himself to being a better basketball player. Yes, of course, when he got great, then he wanted to, let me see what you got. But I'm trying to figure out word to use. He wanted to sip of some of the fruits of his labor, of course. Sarita, hey Sarita, whatever Sarita said, when my mama said something, we tell kids we train it constantly. You should not look the same. Yes, and I'm watching this. Thank you, Sarita. I saw that. What's up, Melvin Marks? Melvin Marks. I got so, but I want to shout out some more people. But Brandon, that was impromptu. Thank you for coming on, man. Awake Basketball. Wake up, young kids. It's unbelievable. Herb the DC, I love to see players pass on information to younger guys. Winslow did the same thing to Jay. Yes. But see, some of these young guys don't want to listen. That's why these guys having a tribute to Kobe now. You know, because now they appreciate Kobe a little bit more. Now, hold up. They didn't like Kobe at first. When Kobe used to get on them now. Don't get twisted. They like Kobe now since he's an ancestor. But I got something I want to share with y'all. Okay? I told y'all. Jamal Crawford. Kudos to Jamal Crawford. Shout out to him. Hats off to him for keeping the fire burning for basketball in Seattle since the move, the Sonics move to become the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know if for some people of y'all know it, but some people might not know it. The Oklahoma City Thunder is formerly the Seattle Supersonics, and I love that part of the country. I've been there. Rashard Lewis was one of my clients. He lived there. Let me tell you something. One of my favorite places to visit. Oh my goodness. It rained and I still enjoy it. You know, you know what? I got a chance. I'm going to tell y'all, I don't care if you get mad or not. I never forget. I came up there to visit Rashard a couple of times and to show you how relationships is. And I'm at a hotel. So Gary Payton said, I got to realize Gary Payton, my friend, I hang out with him. Rashard, I ain't hanging out with my client. The 19-year-old kid. I want to hang. So Gary Payton, when I come there, that's who I hang with. The man checked me out of my hotel and allowed me to stay on his boat. He had a yacht called the Glove. Go Google it. Y'all, there might be some images of it. Y'all got to understand. Back then, I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm just telling y'all. He said, no, man, you stand out. It's out by my house, man. I ain't coming way down to your hotel to get you. You stay here. I got a chance. But see, then I go back and look at our relationships. When he used to come to Memphis for Penny's summer game, Penny used to have a game in the summer. Gary Payton, they come to Memphis. I took care of him and his whole entourage like they were part of my family. I took them everywhere all over Memphis. I took care of them, girl. And later, did not realize that later on, he would tell me, man, check out of that hotel. You come stay on my boat. So I got a chance to stay on the Glove for several days. It's crazy. But let me get back. I tell that story because I just love that place. But Jamal Crawford, he said it was about the young girls and boys getting a chance to see that they're stars and heroes up close and personal for free. like those young kids got to see James Harden. They hugged him, they grabbed him, they walked him to the car. They did all that. You can't do that at the Toyota Center. But in the CUNY homes, James allowed that to happen, right? If you saw any of the video or the footage of the folks who were not able to get in the gym, I got some of it for y'all. It was at the Seattle University's Royal Broham Pavilion. People were lined up for 13, 14 hours, camped outside just to go to this place. The most important guy outside was the pizza delivery guy who kept the people fed all night. These people camped out because it wasn't but 3,000 seats, free seats inside this arena, right? Uh, so, but my question was to the Boom Boom Room, why would people wait outside for an off-season pro-am event like that? Even with the historical impact of crossover and the crossover is a play on Jamal Crawford's name, crossover, right? Because it was a historic day, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm sharing it with you. The great city of Seattle, like I said, is one of my favorite destinations. If you ever get a chance to go there, you got to go. You got to go up in the Space Needle. That's where Boeing have their headquarters. You know, the Boeing, the planes. Mount Rainier is on there, man. I got to tell y'all, remind me to tell y'all the story about me and Mount Rainier. Snow-capped mountains. It looked like it's close to you, but it's far away. I saw it on a sunset. I mean, I stayed out all night, and that's when the sun was rising there, and I saw it one morning. It was a long time ago. I was a youngster then. Can't do that no more. It seemed like it took forever to get there, though, y'all. It seemed like heaven. It was a historic day for Crossover Pro-Am, which features NBA talent each year, but they had the king in the house. And it was nuts. Yes, LeBron James. Y'all, it wasn't like that when Kobe came in there. Kobe been in there. It wasn't like that when Kevin Durant came to play there. It wasn't like that when Blake Griffin came to play there. The king was in the building. So the Pro-Am isn't new to all of them. All this hype began on Friday. Crawford and LeBron tweeted out that he coming to Seattle. And for the first time since the last road game against the Sonics he had when he played against the Sonics was in January 2007. What's up, Kirk Dorsey? I can't believe, y'all, it's been 15 years since an NBA game been in Seattle, Washington. I got a chance to see Bill Gates' house. You couldn't get too close to it, but you go around and you can see it from another angle. Him, Steve Ballmer, all of them got houses out there. I'm gonna tell you the name of it in a minute. I know it. It's just I'll come back to it. But anyway, there was Jason Tatum, there, DeJounte Murray, Isaiah Thomas, Tyree Eason, who was that? Aaron Gordon. It's more named Paulo Banchero and Chet Holmgren. Free attendance, ladies and gentlemen, but the building only holds 3,000 people. So fans became camping out on Friday night. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I don't believe in that. You waste that many times. You in there for 13 hours and you ain't got a book in your hand. Medina. There you go, boy. Medina. Yes. Okay. Thank you for Googling, which you good Googling it. Oh, good. Hey, the fast Googler in the world is Kevin Frake. When the gym week capacity, y'all, I'm just taking you. I'm gonna show you a couple of videos I'm taking. They said there's still thousands of people outside that couldn't get in. Okay. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Who were some of the luminaries that were there to check this out? Look at it. Hall of Famer and coach, former coach of the Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Supersonic. Lenny Wilkins was in there. Steve Ballmer, The chairman of the Clippers, the owner of the Clippers, he was in the building. A bunch of former Seattle Seahawks was in the building. Members of both the Seattle Storm and the Washington Mystics, the WNBA teams. They had to play each other the next day. They were there. Matter of fact, the Mystics played in that practice in that very same building earlier that Sunday, and people were surrounding the building. I don't even know how they got in there. Did they airlift them in there? Because them people were surrounded this building, man, a day ahead on Friday. So, then LeBron, he came in about a little bit before 6 o'clock Pacific time. Hold up. And the crowd just went wild, ladies and gentlemen. The final game featuring the All-Star game, all NBA stars, tipped off. It was delayed a little bit because people just spilled onto the floor surrounding LeBron. It's like Gulliver and the little Lilliputians. You remember Gulliver and had the Lilliputians? Y'all can come on, Lilliputians. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you read Gulliver's Travels, so Jamal Crawford gets on the microphone and he pleaded with everybody, get off the floor, get off the floor. They need to restore some order because the Seattle Fire Department and the police department said they had to, it was about to get out of hand. They'd have to shut this thing down. Y'all, it was crazy. I don't know if y'all seen it. So everybody simmered down a little bit. Then the condensation for all that heat, all them bodies in the building became an issue. Have you ever been in a hot gym with a lot of people in the gym and people start slipping and sliding? And it was an unusual humid day in Seattle that day. Remember, 3,000 people packed into a gym. Combined with a full crowd, with the heat, you get wet spots on the floor. People were slipping midway through the second quarter. They had to shut it down. They still got a lot of highlights in, man, in the first quarter and a half. Apparently, Jason Tatum stole the show with his long ball, hit some early threes, and then kissed the crowd. Tatum and James on the same. That man said it was super spreader. Shit, I was at a super spreader this weekend. Crawford had to hop back on the mic and shut it all down. Didn't want to get anybody hurt. He thanked everybody for their participation. What a night in Seattle. And you'll probably never see this again. They didn't have a full night, but they had full capacity. And this guy Jamal Crawford, he did his thing. But you know what? Let me tell you something about people. I want y'all to hear this. Hear me very closely. Share this because some of y'all friends need it. Some of y'all on here need it, I know. But if you need to share it with your friends, let me show y'all something. Some people are in their feelings about LeBron James' security team. Okay? Hold on. I got something for you. Ask now. Some fans on Twitter running their damn mouth. People say the most outlandish things about this man on social media. Even me, the other day, I saw him, the dude hugging by. I just didn't like what the dude did to him. I wasn't mad at him. Yo, people who were complaining about LeBron James, he has to have that type of security. James Harden has to have security because he got a lot of haters. Who ain't even, half of them who don't even know him, ain't never met him. Just hate him just because of who he is. Because he go and show up to Turkey Leg Hut after a loss of a basketball game. Certain situations can escalate, ladies and gentlemen, when you're dealing with ignorance. That's why these guys have to have these people around them. Sometimes it's to protect your ass. Because one of these dudes might whoop your ass one day. You keep on messing with them. You have no idea what you were walking into. LeBron had no security team, had no idea. Remember, he ain't been back to Seattle since 2007. They surrounded him like they do at the Floyd Mayweather fight. How Floyd Mayweather be in the middle, they surrounded LeBron. And people was getting mad. Get your ass out the way. Get out the way. It's 3,000 people there, y'all. Maybe 2,500 might love him. All it takes is one clown to do the wrong thing to set stuff off. So let me tell y'all something. Don't get mad at these people, security. If you got good intentions, get out the way. These people have to do what they feel to keep themselves out of those situations. It's not LeBron's fault. He didn't make this happen. It's the world around him. It's a lot of haters in this world, man. Y'all know some of y'all are. People ain't never did nothing to y'all. I just don't like him because he got a polo shirt on. He owned the chop shop. Stop that stuff, y'all. Gotta stop that. Gotta stop it. Just can't do that. I'm watching this, man. You know, I participated. In case you just joined the show, I participated in the JH Town weekend this weekend. I've been to the previous ones. Matter of fact, me and Jimmy was at Rice when they did a celebrity game at Rice. But he might have didn't do all the fanfare, but his impact in our community, ladies and gentlemen, was felt. And I just hope that y'all have people who are in need to go to Chop Shop's social media page and find out what the food bank is, a link to the food bank, and get those families those stuff that these people need. Them people was giving away so much. But this man, he said, man, he said thousands of people can be affected by this. So let's just let's do a little better. But let me show some. Oh, I forgot. My bad. I know I had something. Hold up. Let me find something. Let me show. He says tough being a celebrity. It is, y'all. I would rather be rich only. The commentation of rich and famous celebrity. You can't do a lot of people surrounding you. Man, it's unbelievable. Let me show y'all some of the stuff. Let me show you how it looked in case y'all didn't see it. Let me hold on. Let me go to it. Where was I at? Oh, what was I looking for? Oh, LeBron. What more LeBron stuff? Okay, this how it looked when he entered the place. Look at him, man. It's just can't nobody mess with LeBron no more. That's my dude, man. That's my dude. Hold up, hold up. Watch this. Watch this. Just in case you didn't see it, man, that was crazy. That was crazy. What if he came? What if he'd have come to Houston? See, maybe because Seattle don't have a team. Y'all, you know what? I'm thinking if he come to Houston, some of y'all probably, man, I ain't going to see that mess. Hey, man, y'all don't get it twisted. I love LeBron, man. But Chris Walker, do you know this man said? When Chris Walker said this, he said, whenever they let Brittany Griner go, it's because LeBron went over there and talked to Putin himself. This man is just unbelievable with the LeBron said. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. Got another thing I want to share with y'all, but I don't know when Jimmy coming on. I don't want to get in the middle of it before Jimmy. Did y'all see the situation about Rick Ross? You know, he famous for he got a lot of wing stops, and he was fined over. And the reason I'm sharing this with you, us as business entrepreneurs, y'all, when we get into business, we gotta do this stuff the right way. Okay, it's not nothing to tear him down. It's just something that make us aware. He said 5 Mississippi-based Wingstops franchises attached to rapper Rick Ross have been fined over $100,000 due to labor violations. The investigation conducted by the Department of Labor found that Boss Wings Enterprise unlawfully had its Wingstop employees pay for operational costs of the business, including their uniforms and training. The missing funds from the register were taken out of the employees' registers, and a 15-year-old staff member worked past 10 p.m. on multiple occasions, violating the Fair Labor Standard Act. The misgivings, unfortunately, resulted in many employees earning an average minimum wage of the legal federal amount of $7.25 an hour. Boss Wings Enterprises is registered under Ross' mother's name, Tommy Roberts, and sister Tawanda Roberts. And when we get businesses like this, y'all, we got to we got to do the right thing. Hey, y'all, we can't they're gonna get us. They're gonna get us. But I was thinking about y'all the other day. Shannon, I'm glad you're here. Shannon, I'm glad you're here. Y'all might need to share. Just share. I know some people left. I need you to come back because I got something for you now. I got 2 topics. Okay, I'm gonna start with the first one. And they had the NBA had their racial and gender report card. Okay, looking over the NBA 2023 racial and gender report card that was recently released. What's up? What's up there, folk? Slim. The racial and gender report cards has been issued to businesses. Okay, Shannon, I want y'all to comment. Y'all, I'm gonna try to watch your comments. So if I ain't looking at the screen, I'm looking at your comments. No, this ain't got nothing to do with PPP loans, right? This has been an initiative of the league at its highest level for a long time. I'm talking about the NBA. Okay? I'm talking about the NBA right now. Okay? I'm talking about the NBA. I ain't talking about nobody else's right now. I'm talking about the NBA report card. We're going to work on them today. You can look around the league, the league office, right? Team offices, obviously on the sideline with coaching staff and medical staff and PR staffs. I want our kids to know they can go grow up and be on the medical staff too. And I'm going to have a whole nother topic about that probably tomorrow. Okay? It's a lot of jobs with these NBA teams that we ain't even thinking about getting. But Rob had to go share to our babies. They got to know this. Check this out. I'm not going into hyperbole mode right now. Okay? When I say that the NBA is the front, at the front line of the line considerably when it comes to gender and equity hiring in professional sports. Okay. What's up, Chad? Chad, you got to check this out. I found some information for y'all. This report just came out not too long ago. I would put the NBA against any company in America right now. The company, the Halliburton you work for, your company, a lot of people companies. I'll put the NBA up against all y'all companies right now. Okay. Okay, Elliot, what's up, baby? Let me show you what I learned, Elliot. Listen to me now. Don't get it wrong. There's always room for improvement. Okay? We judge against the other leagues and we judge against where the NBA once was. Okay? But the reality is there's still room for growth in all areas, right? Let's not get caught up in the high profile jobs. Head coaches, presidents of teams. If we can build diversity throughout the organization, up and down, that should be our point of emphasis. So I want to get our kids qualified for all of those jobs, not just the basketball jobs. The NBA received an A+ for racial hiring practices. Okay? I ain't gonna even talk about y'all NFL, what y'all love. I don't even go there with them right now. I'm just talking about the NBA right now. Okay. NFL ain't nothing like this. But they got an A-. I think they got a B+ for gender hiring practice. So overall they got an A-. Check this out. There was a positive trend for women at both the league and the team's office levels as well. The NBA office received its highest percentage of women in professional staff roles in more than a decade, over 43%. Watch this. Both team vice president and team senior management categories saw increases as well, reaching 30 and 39% respectively. This the NBA, y'all. They're high. This their report card. I'm just giving you the NBA report card if you just came on. As you know, there's always room to grow. I've said that, right? So context for the league. During 2021-2023 season, 82% of the players were people of color. The highest by wide margin over any sport. Okay, hold on. Check this out, Ivan Pettit. There are milestone hires, by the way, for coaches and general managers. Milestone. I don't remember, just going off the dome now, where the full cycle of hiring of head coaches were all African American. Okay. It's the last year's cycle. I don't think that has ever happened before. We have eclipsed Because I told somebody that the other day and they didn't even know it. Somebody was on the show. They didn't even realize. And he's in the sports industry. I forgot who it was. They was on the show. We have eclipsed the 50% mark in terms of black coaches in the league. It's 30 teams, 15 black coaches, 15 white coaches. Okay? 50% of them are black. Check this out, Angel. Angel, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to. And I'm gonna come back to it, Angel. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna footnote it for you. Even compared to 10 years ago, y'all. I'm not talking about in the 60s or the 70s. 10 years ago, we couldn't imagine these numbers. It's pretty incredible. When you think about Darvin Ham and Mike Brown added to the list last cycle, respectively, and the report card is already off to a good start for the next cycle. They also mentioned, y'all, the number of assistant coaches who were women has skyrocketed over the last few years. So young black woman, you can become a coach. You just ain't got to coach girls. You can coach the men. It's the same basketball. I think the first lady, Lisa, I forgot her name. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Was the first in 2001, 2002. Now it's a common sight of having women assistant coaches. And Adam Silver said it's only a matter of time that we get a woman head coach. It used to be a thing, but now it's not. Many of them have come from the WNBA route, former players, but some has come from the collegiate ranks. The presence of women, of them as assistant coaches, makes it less of a huge stigma because they're already there. Will the players accept being coached by a woman? It's already happening. It's a woman on almost every staff. The people I'm least worried about is the players. Shifting to the front office, the two areas of interest are the folks who run the entire operation, are the business side and the general managers. The percentage of people of color among the general managers increased from 40% in 2021 to 50%, just like the coaches last season. This is a particular interest of mine because a couple of people I know are in these positions. I look for the basketball op guys, right, that they hire. Check this out. I'm going to give you some, Shannon. Let me tell you something. Let me show you something. Show y'all something. Show y'all how to look at this thing. Robert Hatter. This the eyes I look through. Herb Baker, I hope you're still there. I look for the basketball ops guys that they hire that have not played in the NBA. Because unfortunately, many times in professional sports and professional sports media, the quota, if you will, of diversity is fulfilled by former players. If we need somebody black, we get a former player. While if you're white, you can be anything. You can have any background. But if you're black, you better have a player's card or somewhere, a highlight on YouTube somewhere. When it's looked around the league and I see the names of Masai Ujiri and Kobe Altman, Troy Weaver, Nico Harrison, these guys didn't play in the league. I personally get a kick out of that because I understand how hard it is. It's hard to be a GM in this league. Ain't but 30 of them jobs on the whole planet. 30. it's even harder to be a person of color to reach that space. But I'm telling you, ain't nothing harder than a person of color to reach that space, and you don't have a playing career to hang your hat on. So a person like Elliot Beale, who could be strongly qualified to be a GM, it's harder for him because he ain't played in the league. But Daryl Morey ain't played marbles. Lawrence Frank ain't played jacks. He can become president of a basketball. Where the owners can, you ain't got no players hat where the owners can say, yeah, I remember you. I remember when you was at Georgetown. I remember you was at U of H. I remember you was at, where the guys like Angel can be qualified to run a team. Be hard for him to get a chance. You don't have any of that, that you are basically, if you don't have any of that, you're basically building your reputation against all the odds. I have a special admiration for those guys I just mentioned. Let me give you their names again, ladies and gentlemen. Messiah Jury, Kobe Altman. Messiah is with Toronto, in case you didn't know. Kobe Altman with Cleveland. Troy Weaver with Detroit. And Nico Harrison with Dallas. That man say ain't played marble, they played jack. I'm just trying to, y'all. I'm just trying to get y'all to understand what's going on. I done lost my play because I keep. Oh, there they are. All right. Just want you to understand who those guys were. But these guys made it through some of the most treacherous of minefields to get there. Okay? Just letting y'all know, when the teams get there struggling, how hard it was for these guys to get there. That's why I named them teams. When you see this grade, in my mind, there's a context behind the grade. And I want to see how many guys were able to make it without having a career in basketball to lean back on. Or black individuals who hold the chief executive or the president title for the NBA, like Fred Winfield, great friend of mine, for the Charlotte Hornets. And Cynthia Marshall, who is the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks. And she checks both boxes. She's female and black. Along with Cynthia, there are 6 other women who hold CEO or president titles at NBA teams. I'm just giving y'all a report card. The ownership grade, if you want to see another room for improvement, we need to go there. But it's improving. Just a little bit. Just 10 years ago, you had 29 of the 30 owners who were white men. Okay, just 30 years ago. 10 years ago, sorry. 29 of the 30. And now you have Jody in Portland. What's my man? Paul Allen. Jody Allen, Paul Allen's sister. She runs the owner of the Portland team. And you have Gail Benson, Miss Benson, who owns the New Orleans team. And you have Jeannie Buss in Los Angeles. Those are the women. Because you remember I'm talking about women. The report card is gender and race. And I don't know if y'all knew this or not, Shannon. And people of color, you have Michael Jordan as an owner. Vivek Ranadivi, who owns the Sacramento Kings. Mark Lazary, who's of Moroccan descent. He owns the Milwaukee Bucks. And Joe Tsai of the Brooklyn Nets. Again, We are not quite where we need to be, but we have a lot. We're about a lot better than we used to be, and I just had to share that with y'all. And I got another quick topic. I'm gonna see if Jimmy coming on. Then I'm gonna come back on, and then I got another topic. If he ain't coming in, I got to share y'all. I should have shared it y'all a while back, but I didn't. Chop shop. We'll be back in a minute.
The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW. The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight.
You know what? I ain't gonna wait. I'm gonna give it to y'all today because I should have been talking about this because mainstream media haven't talked about it that much, and I've been wanting to talk to y'all about it since I think June. I'm gonna tell you when the first time it popped up in my notes. June of 2001. I've been holding this this topic. June 7, 2001. Yeah. And I had some other yes, it's been a long time. And I wanted to be able to get it where when I talk to y'all about it, I can put it to you in layman's terms. I can put it to you where I'm still not completely versed on this subject, but I got to share this with y'all because football season coming up. Our kids going to play football. Some of your sons are going to play football. Every parent got a son playing football. They need to share this right now to their friends, cause they not gonna give you this. I don't think Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp are gonna talk about this. Okay. Racial bias that has been found in the NFL concussion deal. You remember when the movie Concussion came out and about the concussions and the player getting the NFL settled and gave these people a billion, $1 billion in change, to help the people out. Okay. Looks like we have an understanding and a conclusion to this egregious scenario. Dozens of retired black NFL players became eligible for payout of that $1 billion plus concussion settlement. Check this out. After previous rejections, signals that elimination structural race bias, and that this 7-year deal is turning a corner right now. Cause they wasn't the white guys, football players come in, they pay their claims, but they wasn't playing the black guys' claims, the black players. It's an estimated 4,000 retired black players have been denied payments because of provisions that allow doctors to assign them a lower baseline score on whatever cognitive test that they took. It was definitely difference from their white counterparts. They was giving them two different testing levels. While things are moving in the right direction right now, it's just a little over half of the players that were denied that have reapplied. They said, man, I don't even feel, They done treated them so bad, they don't even want to reapply. So I have to talk about this on the show in case one of them, y'all got an older football player on the show. Because I take a responsibility to talk about it. You got somebody that played in the NFL, you call the Players Association. They used to call it race norming. They call it race norming. It's a phrase they use. What's up, Jim? It's a phrase they use to put it in layman's terms. As I understand it. Jimmy, you got a little echo. That's all right. We're going to work it out. I got to share this with y'all. In order to figure out whether you are suffering from a level of dementia that is commensurate to a payout. Okay? They classify if you are early or moderate dementia, you get to moderate, you get the 600 grand. If you're moderate, you can just get up to 30 grand. Basically, what the NFL was doing is taking your baseline as a black man and then seeing how much cognitive ability that you have lost compared to that baseline. Okay. The problem is that they were calculating the baseline, Jimmy. They had to factor in that lowered it lowered the baseline if you were black. So they're gonna lower your score just cause you black. So they would say he's not suffering from dementia, ladies and gentlemen. He's just not that bright to begin with. He didn't lose as much as opposed to someone with a higher baseline of cognitive tests. He didn't lose as much as his brain didn't lose as much because he didn't start out with much of a brain in the first place. Wow. Obviously, y'all, this is a clear, very clear, blatant violation of civil rights. Not to mention just kind of disgusting, Moses Mays. I got a quote, Jimmy, from a news story by Ken Jenkins, who was a former running back and petitioned a federal judge overseeing the settlement to make these changes. He said in 2020, how could you possibly think that another human being comes out of the womb with less cognitive ability than another one? All these brilliant black people we got on this earth. It's just impossible to believe that it can be true. It's unspeakable. It's not that somebody come out of the womb with lower cognitive ability, but it's based on their ethnicity. That's how they, Jimmy, if he black, you lower the score. So if you lower the score, he don't get the benefits. Because he don't need the benefits because the football didn't hurt his dementia. He had lower cognitive ability in the first place. This is what the NFL was doing. They already didn't want to pay for the concussions. So when they paid, they said, well, let's just make sure the black folks don't get none. The people who made the league what it is. I don't know how much you applaud for someone for righting an awful wrong when the wrong shouldn't have never been done in the first place and to begin with. I'm happy, y'all, that more of these men are going to be able to get help. Because this sport took something away from them. There are some gut-wrenching stories that have come out of this. Because these guys are suffering. And it's almost like you're fighting against time too. The story of Marvin Owens, Jim, who his lawyer asked the court to go back and review. some of these changes because what happens if the individual has died or expired? This lawyer said he had black clients that have recently died after being denied benefits. And Mr. Owens was one of them. After playing 2 seasons in the 70s, was notified in April that he was eligible for retesting. So he came back in. So he come back in, and we'll roll. He said, we'll roll you back through. But Jimmy, he died last month. There's another story of James Pruitt, a former wide receiver who played for the Colts and Dolphins. His quote was, their mantra, the NFL, them being the NFL, and the people who clear these medical claims, their mantra was deny, deny, delay until you die. Pruitt, at the time of his retirement, became a middle school teacher and a principal, Moses made, in Palm Beach County, Florida. Kevin Friedman. But in 2010, in his mid-40s, the district asked him to step down. He could no longer perform his duties. He said he didn't even call his friends from his playing days, saying, quote, I don't get out much. I don't understand a lot of things. I've been told I repeat things, so I'm kind of embarrassed by the whole situation. Again, this is a man that's 58 years old, had to step down from his job of being an educator in his 40s. For that to happen and have to deal with the indignity of a league entity telling you, no, you fine. No, it had nothing to do with football. And he said, deny, deny, delay until you die. And they would be off the hook for that one. It's very sad, y'all. Very sad. And when Jimmy's in now, I got some better news for it. I'll share with y'all tomorrow. Remind me to talk to y'all about Dr. Amy Lewis. She's one of the retired players' wife. She's been fighting for this and fighting for this and fighting for this. Man, the NFL, man, they just, and I know y'all gonna herd out and watch them. I just want to let y'all know the monster. That monster y'all keep feeding, that monster that we keep feeding, this is what they think about us, even when we've lost our brain functions because of the sport we play. Jimmy, what's going on, man?
Oh man, yeah, reading these comments. What's going down, baby? New week, got past this weekend. Sitting there looking forward to another one. Rock on wood. You sent him the video Archie sent? Archie sent
Nah,
the old clip.
nah,
Yeah, man.
ain't did. He sent it. He sent one of them through YouTube, and I can't take it off of YouTube. He had to send me the actual file. So Archie,
Yeah.
if you
So
watch,
that's
send it the correct
I
way.
had
Mm-hmm.
Chris Walker was in town,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a chance to see that couldn't have been his first time rock on wood. 'Cause I think Chris been the one before, but first in a long time, 15 years or so, if that. And so a lot of, if you have guys never experienced it before, it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of different things are going on to make that open gym operate successfully. It's and that's one of the reasons I tell you guys, trust me, if it was that easy, then it would be one in every city. I understand why, because it would take a whole team moving like in syncness to make everything go from this and still. And we always trying to get better. Like this week, I think we're moving toward digitalizing the sign-in process, and that will help expedite a lot of the check-in process for a lot of the kids. A lot of kids showed up, and um, it's open gym. Shout out to, thanks to University of St. Thomas. I see a lot of parents, a few parents, not a whole lot, but a few parents were smart enough to take full advantage of that opportunity. Here's what I mean. Yesterday we had 11th graders and 12th graders in the open gym settings. They were separate sessions. Well, some parents and the staff of the University of University of St. Thomas was present, as well as the players from the team. They were serving as team coaches, so to speak. Well, some parents, this is what they think about it. You there already. You're watching your kids and some of these other kids for one of the last times, because a lot of these kids knew each other for years. But then those that went outside the box sought out. They went in and identified, introduced themselves to some of the coaching staff. You're on a college campus. You're trying to get offers or to get to extend the playing career of your babies. Or I applaud those who went out and talked to those college coaches, asked them questions, showed interest. And guess what? That's the benefit of it. You got a free campus, an unofficial visit to one of the top Division III programs in the United States of America. Guys, 2 years ago when the pandemic struck, this team was ranked like #1 in the country. They were en route to going to the national tournament when they canceled the season. This program. How you went over to the No Excuses Pro League every other week. You got a chance to see one of the guys that was on the team playing that year when they were ranked in the top #1, #2 in the country. The little twin Kennard Robinson and his little brother Leonard. Them two little twins. He just months later, he's giving seasoned professionals the business. You got to be that good. That's D3 basketball. It was NAIA at the time when he went. They transitioned over to D3. Man, I'm looking at the comment right there. Michael Joe said some people walked around that campus and shared.
I saw. I saw as I was
Oh,
walking in.
wow.
People, yeah.
Wow.
Some people had no idea.
Y'all didn't know that school was right there in the middle of the city.
Some people had no idea, man.
Right in the middle of the city.
Olga, I have no idea. I'm gonna leave this to Jimmy. Jimmy, this is for you. I have no idea.
What are the qualifications? Doug Jones handled 99.9% of all of the invites for Rook on Wood this year. 99.9%.
But what's the qualifications?
Doug like you, he put you in. We cut through all of them. You say hello, your kids speak to him every time they saw him. He gonna remember and probably would have put him in. But you're supposed to be at least good enough because we want your best. But I'm just guessing. I can't speak for Doug
Why did you say it then if you ain't speaking for Doug?
Here's the deal. Because I know when I asked the people when we first did it, we first started, I spoke to the kids. I say, raise your hand if this is your first time ever in Rucker on Wood. Half the kids there raised their hand. Those were 11th and 12th graders. Remember, my rule of thumb is if your ass ain't ranked, you don't get in here unless you just got favored. That's going to be 10%. Like a tide. Your 10% of the campus is going to be some favor. I say, raise your hand if this is your first time ever Rucker on Wood. About 40 kids raised their hand. Ain't nowhere in the hell if I'm doing I'm doing the invites. Ain't no 40 kids ain't never been there by the time they get to 11th, 12th grade. Now, that's supposed to be for 9th graders or 10th graders. So it was great, though, because Doug said, he mentioned, when and I spoke to him. He want kids there who want to be there, and you keep on moving. That's enough. That see, here's the thing.
That's the best answer. I want kids there who want to be there. That's just one of the best answers I've heard out of all of it.
Well, that's
You got to be able to play basketball, but you want people there. If you don't, I mean, y'all got to understand. Some people just like my son never played in it. He's always hurt in the summer. You know what I'm saying? But it's no indictment if you don't. But if you want to be there, that's when Doug wants you there. It makes a lot of sense to me. Don't make nobody force you to come. If you want to be there, be there.
I mean, and that's the thing. The thing is, the atmosphere was grand, and what happens is eventually, think about it like this. Why would a person not want? Why? Let's come up with. Why would a grown up encourage a basketball player to not participate in this type of open gym? What could all of the reasons be? I'm just curious.
I know a parent told me it's too much street ball, too much selfish play, and they didn't want their kid playing in that environment. That's a parent told me.
Okay. Yeah. Was that before, or during, or after?
No, this was a couple of years ago.
Okay, so
that's a couple of years. I'm just giving you said what's an excuse.
No, I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure. Yeah. So that was like back in your son's days.
I mean, a couple of years ago, somebody because I asked
because a couple of years back we implemented the ref. That was a reason that I had got a couple of years back, and that motivated me to go and take on another expense. And as you guys noticed from yesteryear versus now, we have a referee on every court. We have a medical trainer in the building. We didn't have that before. So we took steps and we implemented a rule as you come down the court, you got to make at least one pass when you cross half court. So those were rules. That's why I'm asking these questions. It ain't a trick.
No, it was, I tell you, a few years back. I'm just giving you an excuse that a parent told me.
So I'm saying now, we implemented measures.
It was more passing. It was a lot more passing the games I saw.
Yeah. I mean,
especially the team with Bryce on. I saw them guys pass the ball 4 or 5 times. I couldn't believe it. They were passing for Marissa's son was on, and I saw him pass. Those guys were passing the basketball, and that's why I said I was just giving you an excuse. A parent told me a few years back. I was just giving you an excuse because you said, "What's an excuse that they don't show?" Give us some more.
Yeah, I'm curious. There's one right there. Karen Roach say they not liking Jimmy. Well, guess what?
Doug, Doug, do the thing now.
That's it. So now you guys see.
You don't like Doug now?
You see where the question going now. You see what's going on now. See. We'll get to the. So if you didn't like Jimmy and that was the reason, then Doug is the one that's doing the invites and one that's doing all this. Doug going to eat off of Rook on Wood. This is his baby. Doug probably around there making it rain right now. So you don't like Doug either. So that's the reason Jimmy don't. Many of you guys know, trust me, several dozen of you all called and contacted me about invites. It's probably text electronic evidence to tell you what my response was to everybody. Here's Doug Jones. He's handling the invites. Get with him. Get with him. Get with him.
So if that's it, Karen Roach. Okay, all right. They don't like him. Give me some more.
I'm just curious. What's the other one?
Give me some more.
And like I said,
let me tell you something. I had to straighten a guy's ass clean up. I ain't gonna call his name. I had to straighten man up. This event, I said, well, why ain't this guy? Man, this event, he ain't got to be in it. I said, excuse me. Who the hell you think this cool kid is? I said, Andrew Harrison, Aaron Harrison, McDonald All-Americans played in this damn event.
De'Aaron Fox.
played in this event. That
Justin
dude you talk
Winslow.
about, that's why I ain't gonna mention the kid, can't touch their jockstrap. I said it yesterday, standing right in the midcourt. Don't tell me about that. Don't tell me he too big for this event. Hey, how they said, miss me with that one. Y'all tell that to somebody else. But I've seen some of the best players in the nation play in that. He too big to come in to play at this event. Freak out of here. But keep going, Jim.
Yeah, and you just tuned to the Chop Shop. We ain't got but a few minutes left in today's show before we end up landing the plane. But I'm just curious, just tuning in, talking about Rock on Wood, and we got, of course, college coach is going to join us on tomorrow, college head coach. So we may end up getting Doug Jones in briefly to share his afterthoughts. Of course, he's going to have a write up on RCS Sports this afternoon, as well as tomorrow. But we'll probably get him on there for you guys. That way you can. But what I was asking, I tossed the question out. What are some of the reasons that you guys have heard why a grown folk would influence a kid to not participate in such an economically favorable event such as this? It's very compact. You're not in the gym all day long, and unless you want to stay for both sessions. It's a lively, bubbly atmosphere. We have an MC. We have the air conditioning. Everybody was pre-warned. Everybody who paid attention we encourage you, if you came after 1:30, to bring your own chair. Now, what we're going to do next week is we're going to let the bleachers out as we did 2 years ago, the last time we were at the University of St. Thomas. We will let about 3 rows of the bottom of the bleachers out. So that will be limited seating for bleachers. But we encourage people to bring their own chairs. You bring your own chairs. You got them in your trunks. Half of y'all they're in the back of your SUVs anyway from going to all the different Little League ball games. So just bring your extra chair. And that way it eliminate that part. But what were some of the reasons? Anybody else post some reasons up there?
No, they don't have. I mean, I'm just want to know the reason. Now, if you don't like playing in them kind of environments, it's okay. That's what people don't understand. I just don't like playing in them kind of environments. It's okay.
But that would be the kids' reason, Harden. You see, remember the question was, what would be the reason?
Oh, you worry about the grown-ups.
Because most of these kids, they want to play.
You don't like my son? Okay. I just want to know. Somebody ain't y'all. I know y'all. I mean, and Jimmy, they trying to protect people. Y'all listen to me. It's okay. We just trying to eliminate the excuse. We got some youngers coming next week.
That's all we doing.
We got some youngers coming next week. We don't need you ignorant ass grown folks messing with them. That's all. That's all I'm trying to figure out.
And that's why we asking in advance.
That's all. I came in there and I said, and then listen to me. I left a great event. There ain't too many people would have left to come over there. Because I wanted to be a part of it. I just wanted to be a part. I can't be in 2 places at one time, but one of me. So, but but just listening to the guy was telling me, man, he ain't coming in stuff. Hold up. If they was playing cross this way, I'll let him, he can come and play. I ain't with this. Basketball is basketball, man.
But if they win and the 2 teams that make it to the championship.
I told them that. They don't want to hear that. See, that's what y'all don't understand, man. It's some folks out here in this community. And I done told y'all, and y'all don't understand me because y'all think I'm trying to run y'all out of business. No, I said, man, if things on fire, let it burn. Let's burn some of these people out of it. Some people don't need to be in, some people need to just get out the way. Y'all do not understand how many people just be in the way of greatness. People in the way. Then we got problem solvers, like the young man did yesterday on Saturday when we set up had a U-Haul. I ain't never seen nobody bring a U-Haul with a brand new full of backpacks and school supplies and bring to one place. And U of H, what didn't that many people show up at the U of H? So my man around the corner, they having an outdoor party at the CUNY home. Jimmy, first time ever in the CUNY homes. I shout out to the CUNY homes. I was on your property. Jimmy, I didn't realize where I was because I didn't know where I was. They took me a whole nother way, right? You know, what you call it? They told me, no, Robert, don't come to U of H, come to this. So I went down Elgin, then I took another turn, and I didn't look nowhere. I just went to the basketball court. And it was a whole lot of black people at the basketball court. James Harden said, U of H, I'll see y'all later. I'm going around here where my people at. Got the U-Haul, got the whole operation. They already was having an event, and just so happened, one member of his security team, Jimmy, this is the crazy part, he understood. He said, my wife is from the CUNY home. They giving an event over there. They said, let's pack up and go over there. And them little kids, Jimmy, you should have seen him. He walked up, he was like the Pied Piper when they walked up. But I'm sitting here, and Jimmy, I don't know if you ever been to the CUNY home because you're from the north side. But Jimmy, that particular court, you see in the background of me, in case you weren't on the show in the beginning, James and Adidas gonna refurbish that court. So he eliminated the excuse. Jimmy, Doug, all these guys got a vehicle that if your son want to play, he can play. What's the use in you grown folks? Man, you might this. What are y'all telling? We just find out, what are y'all telling these people? What are y'all gripes? What are y'all gripes with the Ruck on the Wood? Cause I'm curious. Cause I stopped everything I was doing to come. What's y'all problem? And maybe y'all got some ballot. I don't know. This event is meant for top basketball players, those guys. So, Jimmy, is the event meant for top basketball players?
That's what it was originally designed for.
Okay.
Remember, in the past, people would never know where it was at because it would, wasn't no social media and all that back in those days as well. It was easy to conceal the location, and people would go and you would invite the top players out, and they get a very rare opportunity to just ball on out.
Yeah, it used to be smaller, didn't it, Jimmy?
Yes. Yeah, it was shirts versus skins. It was shirt versus skins back in the day. Mm-hmm. And then we got some reversibles when it got larger because you start identifying, couple of kids would be there and you want other people to know who they were. So we started making it more organized by identifying them with jersey numbers and putting the names with that. But that's how it started. So then it became, and you got to realize, then and one, like those jerseys you see that those kids wear, we have bottoms to those jerseys.
Yeah.
I have the bottoms in the storage. But that's just more work to who had to wash those between every doggone week to wash and dry those things and fold them back. Oh man, put the tops on. Tell the kids to bring some black shorts.
This could be one. Oh, because we got 5 million people here. But in the basketball community, it's hard if you don't know Jimmy or the Chop Shop or Doug, and you're in the basketball community and you can play basketball, Ugga, you gonna know about either Jimmy or Doug or the Chop Shop. Or your ass ain't trying, or your kid can't play. Okay? So if he can't play, then I ain't gonna tell you no lie. He shouldn't be coming to the Ruck on Wood. Because these dudes out here balling. They gonna tear his ass a new asshole. Jimmy, this ain't coming from you. This coming from me. If you couldn't play yesterday, it's going to show up. Because them dudes was going at you. Them young kids was going at you, a player. You know why I like Jimmy? Jacoby Osborne. I like him.
You like Jacoby?
I like him.
He got to the semifinals.
You know why I like him? Every time I see him, he doing something better. I know a particular guy that people talking about and people mentioned before on this feed. I seen him second time. He's the same dude I saw a year ago. It's not good. One of y'all top players. Not good. I'll let you know who else. Kid, son, I don't know what nobody done told you. You got to get better. Got to get better. Because if you take that long to get better, college coaches ain't got that time, that long to deal with your little ass. You taking a whole year and a half to get better. I ain't said to get great, to get better. No, that's something I saw. But keep on, Jim. But
yeah, and
I'm sorry.
You know, I'm looking at comments and it's funny. Michael Jordan say he said he had to correct that he had a gentleman in the hallway claiming that the Rook on Wood was a money grab.
Of course, it probably was a plant by somebody.
A money grab. This event, of any event that I do, this event is anything but a money grab. Let me give, and it's not at you, Michael Jordan. I understand. Like I say, ignorance is a bliss.
Oh, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Come on.
Let me take you in an effort to educate. This event has been going on. And the last Sunday, you know, we branched off to the last 2 Sundays of August, but it always was the last Sunday in August because it only used to be just one session. You know, it was just as small and compact. You lose, your ass got to wait. It wasn't no schedule of the games. We would just put 5 more, get 5 more. We had about 25 kids, but it was free for over 10 years. Everybody played free. Then we thought of, and I'm one of those top guys that like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm like, well, since we got the top guys here, and everybody don't go to the annual photo shoot with their high school. That's only 1 player per school. We can turn it into a photo shoot, and we get pictures for the magazine. And that's what we decided. Okay, and that's an expense. The photographer, Rod Haynes, guys, a lot of people that you see working in, I call it volunteering. You tip them because the money we give, you know, they have day jobs. The guy who was taking the photos with the official photographer of the Rook on Wood, he is the highest ranking black in Microsoft in the Southwest region of the United States of America. He rang the bell on Wall Street earlier this year in January. But he loves doing this once a year. He always coordinates our front cover of the magazines. And I went to college with him. And so I've been knowing him, since 86. But back to I'm glad and I applaud you, Michael Jordan, for pouring education onto ignorance, because it's like a forest fire. It'll just spread and people take stuff and run with it. If this was a money grab at $30, then what the hell you call them little old janky ass camps that other people been running around the city charging $200? What do you call them? That you run over to. I put your babies on a college campus. I made sure them college coaches was there from that school. Not to mention a couple other schools who had the chance to break away and come in there during yesterday. Do y'all realize the opportunity that's right there? Either you seize the opportunity or you don't. It's period. If you go, Harden, I didn't even realize. Last time I went to the MI3 Center, they have open gyms, like open play every day.
They had to pay.
They got to pay $10 to get in there. You go to the gym in Atascocita, they have the open gym sessions in the afternoons every day
And
for kids.
24-hour fitness too.
They got to pay a 24-hour fitness?
Yes, sir. If you ain't no member, you got to pay. And if you're a member, you done already paid.
So wait a minute. So if you go to MI3, Doug Jones in the building evaluating. Archie Young ain't making no mixtapes of you. Jeffrey Day ain't there evaluating you. Extra Eyes Media ain't there evaluating you. And all them ain't there to give your babies ink. And you still pay that $10 to go there. So for a couple of extra dollars, you getting there and you getting all of that. That don't mean it's gonna happen for everybody, but the opportunity is there. And you get just intimate access to any one of those members on the college staff. Let me tell you guys something. Here's what you do right now. If you're in the 9th or the 10th grade and you got a baby that maybe coming to Rock on Wood this weekend, here's what I'm telling you right now. I know all y'all at that age, you think your baby's going to Baylor or Duke or Kentucky or University of Texas. I know that's what you believe, but that ain't reality. Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now you should be doing. Go to University of St. Thomas men's basketball. Google that, go online, look at their rosters, and print the picture, look at the bios from each one of those college coaches. Remember their faces. That way, when you get to the building on Sunday, you know which one is which. And if you go up to one and say, hey, you must be Coach Medina, that coach is going to be like, oh, how do you know? It helps warm the conversation. Look at the roster of those players on that team, and you will see most of those players, and look at how many of those players that staff aggressively recruit from Greater Houston. If it ain't any school, we know U of H does it, and Prairie View, where they do transfers. We talking about straight out of high school. This school they go and try to get the best that they can from this area, routinely. Like little Cam Collins from Hightower. Like what's my little kid name from Atascocita? Had my little point guard, Angel Johnson.
Yes.
Man, Angel could have held out and gambled on himself for the Division I. He's one of those kids that's on that bubble. He's a Division I prospect. He know he is. But guess what? That St. Thomas degree, from University of St. Thomas, if you love Houston, that degree will get your ass to the second or the third round of interviews in a lot of companies and corporations. You can best believe that. 40-year plan. And those guys, man, are well groomed. So Jameson has a question real quick. We got to get ready to go shortly, guys. Jim, does a kid that would like to participate have to be on the team, or can he show up and play on the team to Rock on Wood? You have to go to the front of the rcssports.com. You will see the flyer for Rock on Wood. At the bottom of the flyer, it has the email for Doug Jones. And I'm going to tell you, depending on what grade he's in right now. First of all, if he's not that good, if he's not that good. If he just played on a grassroots team and it wasn't one of those sneaker flavored programs, and if your son was the third guy off the bench and none of the starters got an invite, maybe one or two of them, and your son, you want him in, it would take politics to get your son in. That's what I meant earlier. Think of the pecking order. That means you were okay with your son being the third guy off the bench the whole summer. Otherwise, you would have moved his ass somewhere else. You accepted that. You acknowledged, okay, well, them other kids might be better. Because I know the minute that one of you mammies or pappies feel that your baby is better than one of them other kids, what they gonna do? What they gonna have?
Like a turkey through the cone.
Gobble, gobble. So this is how the pecking order looks. And if you get that invite before that kid, which that ain't your business, it ain't your concern. But I'm just saying how it's going to look to that coach or to that thing. And it happens. It ain't your fault them dudes wasn't aggressive and trying to get their own kids in. But yes, I do know that Doug told me yesterday that as of yesterday morning, one of these grades, either the 9th or the 10th grade for this weekend, there's 185 nominees. 185 nominees for only 96 slots. So Doug was like, man, Doug, I say, Doug, I started laughing. Oh, Doug. We let Doug entertain that question or that conversation. I say, so I said, Doug, that's a fine mess you done got me in, Ollie. You done sit there, you done told everybody. And Doug, Doug can't tell half of y'all no.
They was nominees. That don't mean they're gonna get invited.
That don't mean they got invited. But
Yeah, I mean, somebody ain't gonna make it, man. I mean, that's life. This is a great lesson. Hey, you ball, you get the call. So those guys, the 98 that make it, they know, hey, I'm one of them 98. Now, that other class, what's the situation with that other class? You said it's one class.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to either the 9th grade class.
You don't know which one it is. So the other class need to get his weight up.
Huh?
So it just would be, golly, Jimmy, that's almost half the people would not be. But guess what? Ain't that many great basketball players in this city, is it? Is it 200? Is it 200 great basketball players
in the 9th grade, incoming freshmen, they all feel that. Remember, it hadn't been proven that they are not yet, because they all think they're there. And
man, I promise you, I ain't never think like that. I knew if your little ass can't play, you got to sit on the bench, player. I used to, maybe it was psychological warfare. I was just telling, man, you got to be the best, man. You ain't you're a little bitty dude. You got to be the best defender. You got to be the best shooter. You got to be the best dribbler. You got to be the best, man, when you're in the 9th grade. So all mamas and daddies who one of those is the 100 and some that don't make it, they got some work to do. If I was them, the ones that don't make it, get what I do. I go look at all them guys who came. As a matter of fact, I come and support them and come watch them. And I look at all the guys who came and said, what does he got I ain't got? I'm busting his ass next year. Anytime I see him in the gym, I'm busting him. Y'all don't do that no more. That's what I used to do. Let Archie get the best of me one day. Say, man, hey, please come back tomorrow, or Arch. Please don't take no off day tomorrow, Arch, because I'm coming at you tomorrow, bro. We got to have that kind of attitude. Man, Jimmy, I'm glad you told me that story. Them young fellas, the 100 and some ain't gonna make it? Man, no.
I mean, I'm coming up with a plan. I'm trying to think.
Jimmy, don't water your damn event down. Don't water, don't Junebug your event out. Don't water your event down.
I don't know what class it is. If it's the 9th grade class, that class has never been, none of those players have never been in Rock on Wood. And you don't really know who's, because you hadn't had a real true measuring stick for the vast majority. Sure, we saw Delilah's kids and some of the Houston Hoops kids, and we saw Elijah Garrett's and all those kids, but you don't have a true measure. If it's that class, I may have a plan. That it still ain't gonna solve it. It ain't gonna solve and get all them kids in.
98, Jimmy, 98 is enough. 98. That's too bad.
I was crunching the numbers, and I said 98 meant 12 teams, right? Well, it's 96. I'm sorry. 96 was okay. 12 teams with 8 people on each team. I don't like putting more than 8 players on any of these teams because the games are so short. It's a lot of running though, because it's open gym, and a lot of these kids ain't in that. They probably was halfway in shape in July. They've been eating at all your family reunions and cookouts and everything right now. They ain't in that type of shape as you would think. Them kids out there huffing and puffing like you wouldn't believe. And now what I'm saying is if I added 4 more teams, it would go from 12 teams to 16 teams. It would only take about 30 minutes extra, maybe 35 minutes extra in the segment. I was playing with it. I haven't decided yet, but And then also what we got is, and that's why I came with another solution would be the digital registration, which we are probably going to implement, and that's what this is going to do, Adam. Digital registration means first come, first serve with completing your registration in advance. So now the ones that do it in advance, y'all in. And get that number 98, or maybe you might invite 120, because you're gonna get about 20 no shows. But if they paying in advance, you can't invite 120. You only might can invite maybe 199 because they done paid in advance, and that's the ticket. But anyway, guys, I like the
I mean,
dialogue.
that's cool, man. I mean,
Thank you guys
I'm just different, man. I like that, Doug. I like that. I said, you got to be, dude, that just makes it, dude, you got to be in the 96. Next year, you got to be in the 96. We got to give them something. Man, just make sure you in the 96. I know you want to stretch it out, but make sure you in the 90s. Give them a incentive. Now, Doug, you got to go pick through these 90. Have I seen all 96 of these guys I'm about to pick? And I'm just talking, man. I'm just talking me from a guy that like to compete. That's all. I'm not an event operator, Jimmy, because you thinking from an event operator. Doug speaking from another point. I'm just talking about me. If I had that situation like me, if my son was number 10, if he was 97 and couldn't get in, oh, I'm on the way. Dude, hey, let's get up before class start. Let's get up an hour before class start and get you some work in. Get you some more work in. Because guess what? Them guys probably ain't doing that. So by the next time this thing roll around next year, you're going to be that one. That's how we had to do these. Instead of getting mad at the evaluator when he can't play, get mad at the guy, Jimmy, who over the program when your son can't get no scholarship and he ranked in the top, whatever. I mean, we can keep being mad at people. Oh, we can do something. What Chris Walker work? Hold up. Parent, Chris Walker, I'm going to keep that, Jimmy. I'm going to keep that right there. That mother said, stop complaining and compete. Stop complaining and compete. This is just me coming from the Robert Hatter point of view. Jimmy gonna do what's best for y'all because that's his MO. But me, my son don't make it. Oh my God, hold up. Then guess what? His little smart ass gonna start listening now. When I say you got to go do this, when I say go run an extra mile, go run an extra lap, his little smart ass gonna listen. When I tell him, let's go get this lesson, let's be the smartest dude in the top. Let's be in the top 10 of the smartest dude in the city. Because he'll listen, because he's gonna be open to listen because he couldn't get in. This exclusive plug. That's just me. This how I think. Y'all, this is not the what they said. This is not the ideas of the chop shop. It's just Robert Hatter. It worked for me, y'all. It worked for me. We competed on everything. Cause when a college coach come to me, and I'm sitting at a funeral. I went to Alan Branch's mama funeral. I'll never forget. And I got that out. I was talking to these college coaches, and they just said, "Man, listen." The thing we have to do when these kids come to college is have the ability to compete. I want to beat that dude across from me every single play, every single lap, every single rep, every single. I'm going to make this shot. He be missing, I'm making it. I'm going to stop it. I mean, and I just know, and that's what I love about the number 5, the little dude Bodie. Y'all said he went to Foster, some school. I don't forget what school. The little dude number 5. I never forget it. Because all I saw him doing yesterday is competing. Bam. I don't know if he made it to the finals or not, but he competed. That's what I like to see. But Jimmy, take us out. But however you want to do it.
Which session you talking about? About the first session.
Yeah, number 5. Got to have a little Band-Aid on it.
Oh, I think that's little Rito. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know his whole name because I
Yeah.
didn't get a sheet. You know, I just came in looking. I didn't even get a sheet. I just came in. I was just glad to be there watching them young fellas, man. I mean, it made me feel good because when I left that, y'all got to understand, I was in a great spot, and I left that spot to come over there. Y'all made me forget about the spot for a minute. But when I got back in the car, I said, "Yo, I should stay." But no, but y'all, but man, hey, shout out to these young guys in this community, man. I know y'all much aligned, talking about we ain't got this many guys, But let me tell you something. The way you young guys competed this weekend, y'all take that up another level. Get your athletic ability up better. Be able to jump higher, be quicker, be able to shoot better. Cause I kind of like what I saw yesterday. I love it.
And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It was solid to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they say the all the top kid, but guess what? A guy like shout out to a guy to JoJo Tugler.
Oh my
JoJo,
God.
shout out to him.
Love him.
JoJo is committed to University of Houston. And see, that's one thing that's why I say this for last. Say this for last. JoJo arguably out of the best prospect out of this senior class.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right? Those are key words. See, people use tricky words sometimes. This wasn't a tricky word, it's the key word. The best prospect in this class. And Doug Jones is speaking right now as I'm talking. You can read his words.
Mm-hmm.
But JoJo Tugler was there.
My dude right there.
He was there.
My dude right there.
Played, and guess what happens? As expected, any team that if JoJo Tugler is that good, then any team he's on should make it to the championship or should make it deep.
And he did.
And he did. Matter of fact, I go deeper than that. Any team he was on was expected to go to the championship. Even if you don't make it, but before the games even started, I'm asking around different guys, which team you rocking with? Oh, we're going with Team 11. Team 11. Team 11. Okay. Well, why? Oh, man, they got JoJo. So when you hear people say that, that means it's an acknowledgement or a confession that this kid must be that good in their opinion. Just by him being on the team. They hadn't even saw the team play yet.
Jimmy, can I help these guys around here in this city? Let me help y'all. Okay? Y'all listen to this. Don't listen. Y'all listen to me. Please listen to me. Whenever you have a guy like that on your team, okay, listen to me. I'm talking to this camera right here. Guards, whenever you have a guy, you lucky enough to have a guy like, you bring the whole team together away from the coach. And you say, look here, y'all. Big fella, you touch this thing every time down court. I'm going to make sure you touch it. I'm going to make sure you touch it, make you involved every time down the floor.
He going to run his ass off, you telling that.
Yeah, Jimmy, there you go, Jim. Jim, keep your head on the swivel now, because I might hit you in the head with it. Point guards or guards, I'm telling you, this works. Man, he going to block every shot. Every time the ball come off the rebound, guess who we going to be looking for? You. Just telling y'all, I don't know if anybody telling y'all this stuff because I can't see it all the time. Bring him over there, that's a big fella. Ever you want, how you want it, how you like it. Ask him, how you like it, where you like the ball at. Talk, y'all. But Jimmy, you right. Absolutely right, Jim. I mean, that's what I said. Man, oh my goodness. Y'all win. Jimmy, and then guess what? Don't let a coach overhear the point guard saying that to the big man. I'm telling y'all, it works. Listen to me, it works. Jim, take it. I'm a living witness.
And shout out to Jeffrey Day because he just reminded me. And you, I was going in there, but you just
come on.
You just stole my thunder.
My bad.
I told you about JoJo Tugler, guys, and he's probably in the RCS Sports rankings probably right now, probably number 2, number 3 in the area. And that was before being updated. It hadn't been updated since Chris Johnson departed to Montverde and all that. Well, in the 2024 class, Chris McDermott was there before him, right? They played first. Well, Chris McDermott is, according to the poll, he was number 2 right now, or is number 2 or number 3 in his class in the area. And that was before Zion decided to go to Oak Hill. Well, guess what? Chris McDermott was MVP of his district. Booker T. Washington this past season was ranked in the top 3 in the state. They went to the regional finals. He led the state in rebounds for half the season. Oh, I'm sorry. He was amongst the leaders in rebounding in the entire state, regardless of classification. So when Chris McDermott is on the team before they even start, what team you rolling with? Man, that team number 6 or whatever. Well, why? Well, they got Chris McDermott. And what do? That team went and won the whole thing, Heather, yesterday. I mean, that's one of the things. See, I got to give you a tip because we got to go. I got to go. Here's the thing. Certain kids, they're going to gain momentum on the recruiting trail or on this exposure trail during the grassroots season, and some will do so in the high school season. It all helps with the recruitment of the kid at some factor of that whole process. Remember, I said again, for example, you know how some kids, I'll give you one right now. Speaking of Booker T. Washington, they have a kid named Kenneth Lewis. He led the city in scoring.
Where was he at?
Didn't show up. Here's the deal though. Kenneth Lewis got plenty of steam after being named first team All-State. Remember, PJ Haggerty, I think, led the state in scoring. Kenneth Lewis was like number 2. So Kenneth Lewis played this past summer with 3 different grassroots teams. He lost momentum. It is what it is. He didn't gain momentum this grassroots summer. He lost momentum. Now, when the season picks back up for Booker T. Washington, he's probably going to average 30 again. So know what happens? There's going to be those lower level schools. We got a kid down in Texas averaging 30. They didn't pay attention to him before because they figured they couldn't get him before. He's going to gain. He has the opportunity, and he's shown to gain his momentum with his high school team. Some kids will do that. Some won't. So a situation like Kenneth Lewis, this was a prime opportunity for him to get the head start on his after not. See, you know if your kid did well in the summer or not. Many of y'all out there know it.
What's the last team he played on, Jimmy? Because I love this kid, man.
Takeover. And Coach Ned was there yesterday.
I really, really like this kid.
So this was a chance, especially when you knowing that some of your teammates or some of your guys were gonna be there. You ain't that dude right now. You ain't. So you got a chance to remind people. Just like if they were not high on you anymore, you can remind them, hey, I might not be the best in the country, in your opinion, but I'm gonna show y'all I'm still top dog. I'm best, one of the best.
Jimmy, he was sick. Jimmy, he was sick. He texted the morning of. Okay. Because I'm telling y'all, I like this dude. I know sometime I went to see him one time, he had 30, then I went to see him, he had 4. And I just need to see him some more. But physically, I just love the tools that he got physically. Kenneth Lewis, come on, baby. Let's go to work, man. It's time to go to work, man.
Who that?
Kenneth Lewis. Talking to him. I was looking in there. In case you watching, you wherever you at, you watching. Y'all school in today. Y'all better not be watching, sneaking and watching.
First day of school, HISD and Cypress.
But I like this kid, man. I mean, Jimmy, certain people you just see, man, he long and rangy like Daniel House was. I'm talking about the body was when he was in high school. And I said, dude, do you know what you can do with that body? Ah.
And you know, you know, this is like the psyche. A lot of people don't get it. Like for the same reason, a kid like Bryce Smith.
I like him.
Bryce Smith came yesterday. Remember, he missed a great portion of the high school season.
He was hurt
with a leg injury.
Right.
He came back, and he wasn't 100%. He started playing this summer, trying to build. You know, you got to build your confidence back up. You got to and you can see the sign. He needed to be there yesterday, and he was.
He can play though, Jimmy.
Yes.
When you watch him, I like his spacing and his pass. I did, you know, I never seen Barbara Hills play. So, but I like him. I mean, he now it's just time for him to turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Whatever. I mean, I got to see him a couple of more times before I can really evaluate it. But he does. I like for him to be on the floor. I would like to play with him.
And I think you might have been gone when they got their team made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, I didn't stay.
And the semifinal game against Chris McDermott's team, they went 4 overtimes.
Oh, okay. That's the one. Okay.
And those kids were tapped. They were done. They were toasted. And in that game, this young fella went up and blocked the shot. He had 2 blocks that was like remarkable.
Oh, shit. You know I wasn't there. If I'd have seen that, it was over. He
went up and got one. He came out of nowhere, like, where the hell did this boy come? So he's getting those springs back. And understand, some kids are going to gain momentum during the grassroots season, and while others are going to gain that momentum in their high school season. But then what people will try to tell you, people try to make you believe that, well, man, you can't get nothing done. You need to go to change high school. You need to go somewhere else. That's bullshit. Kids, well, explain how the hell all these other kids been getting scholarships from these
same high school,
from these lesser traditional type high school programs in yesteryear, in recent yesteryear. Explain that. Y'all.
Okay. Hey, so that should be on. I got to go check my highlight. Archie, the last highlight you sent me was from YouTube. I couldn't convert that one. So the one you sent me YouTube, resend that in a regular file. Because you know I'm finna go. I want to see now. I know you better have a block.
What? Yeah, I'm sorry. I said Chris McDermott's team. They're 2 different classes. I was meant to say JoJo Tugler's team against.
Yeah. I know what you meant. I know what you meant, though.
In the semifinal.
I know what you
meant. He blocked 2 shots in that one game. I was like, good. I'm good now. I'm like, you know what? This is good. Because here's what happens. When the rankings come out, and this is how, and we'll have this conversation on like Thursday, guys. This is how ignorance, you can't let ignorance continue to prevail. People will make you think, well, like Kevin Freitman said earlier, some parents, man, Jimmy don't like my kid. No, that ain't true. That ain't true.
I love all of them. Come on.
Here's what they'll do. They'll go and say, Jimmy dropped my kid. Jimmy, why you dropped my kid?
You dropped a couple of kids before.
Well, no, they don't. So here's this. I'm glad you said that. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. Just like that water in that glass can be half full or half empty. This is how it goes. How my mind thinks, and it don't mean make it right, but this is how for you to understand how my mind thinks. Your kid could be number 20. And in some lists, number 20 and number 28 can really be compatible. You seen a glut of kids? It's like, man, really and truly, man, number 21 can be number 31. All them dudes the same dude, man. Right? Well, what if number 20 didn't show up to Rock on Wood? And number 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, they all showed up, and let's say all of them did well, right? On this, and let's say all of them did well. If all of them did well, And they've been progressing up until this point. If the rankings came out the next day, then number 21 is going to become number 20. Number 22 going to become number 21. Number 23, number 24, and number 25 will all go up at least one spot. Well, by default, number 20 now becomes number 26. I mean, number 25. You think I done dropped your kid. In truth, I've rewarded those other kids. And that's the way you got to respect that. Guess what? All the time, one of my cliches is choices and consequences. You make a choice to not come. Guess what? It's okay. And really and truly, I tell people all the time, I had a parent call me, man, do my son got to come? Hey, man, he ain't going to be able to play today. That's one of them parents that just didn't, okay, he influenced the kid. Since some other dudes ain't going to play, he ain't going to play. I text him, he ain't got to come now, unless he want to come coach a team. But Jace Posey was there very early. Jace Posey didn't play. He didn't get a uniform. He was there, and he was observing. I give Jace Posey credit.
Me too.
Because for you to be there, that means you wanted to be there, and you probably wanted to play.
Yeah.
Somebody probably convinced you. Mm-hmm. Man, hey, man,
that
we
kid
want you to
wanted to
help.
play. I can see it on his face.
You can see how some kids are walking around, and you can see how long they stay in there.
He was in there the whole he stayed past me.
He wanted to play. I didn't say anything but wave at him to ask. I'm not trying to, once again, like Doug said, I'm not there to try to convince you or influence you to play or play coochie coo with your son to make him play some damn basketball. Because as we mentioned earlier in that other topic, all those other places they go play open gym at, all them excuses you try to use about sloppy, they play rough, they going to be cussing and fighting, they going to do all that takes place over there. Didn't take place on Rock on Wood. That's one of the safest environments that you can be in an open gym setting.
That was good. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. Parents, a shout out to y'all too, man, because y'all were there and y'all got them kids, man. Yesterday, I'm so glad I stopped by. It's I can't wait to see these youngers. I hope they ain't trying to send me nowhere out of town this weekend, because I want to see them youngers. I want to see them youngers play, especially them ninth graders, because I ain't seen not one of them play. And it was cool. I mean, great gym. Man, Anthony Medina, man, and that staff and those players. I mean, I just take my hat off. I know you do, Jimmy, too, but I want to take my hat off to them, because y'all doing that. You're allowing us to come in your gym, and it's just, I watch the people walk around the gym. I mean, walk around the campus, because I parked on the other side. I just sit back and watch. And unique experience, man, for your kid to grow up to. And you get a chance to see and meet those coaches 2 weeks in a row. And you can come back, parents. You can come back and watch the youngest. Get a chance to talk to the coaches again. Tell them about your son. I mean, just this you never know. Mindy Collins, her son is playing at the school, Cam Collins. And it's because Cam opened, those people were over there. I'm telling you, man, I'll never forget, at every Hightower game, somebody from St. Thomas was at the game. And look what happened. Cam Collins wound up being a valuable part of what these guys have in the future. But Jimmy, man, shout out to you. Shout out to Doug, Jeffrey Day. All you guys that were in the gym, man. Y'all, we appreciate what y'all do. Y'all got to realize, I found out, just watching LeBron yesterday, he took out of his time, leave his family, and go up to Seattle and play, and in the gym, and Jimmy, and people complaining about his security team. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, people complaining about the security team, and tell me they didn't let it, man. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. You and Doug, man, forget about the haters. Because there's some people out there that care about, and thank y'all for doing this for this community. I thank you, and I know a lot of people I know thank you. So them haters, they just can't help it, man. They ain't built nothing like this. They ain't did nothing like this. They ain't did what LeBron doing. So LeBron, your security. I'm complaining about security. Complain about everything. But It's 3,000 people in there. Guess what? Maybe 2,900 like LeBron. But all it takes is one ignorant one not to like. So he got to have his security. You follow me? Y'all are not gonna please everybody, Jimmy. Just keep pleasing the ones that you are, and just keep doing this thing. This Ruck on Wood, I remember it, y'all, a long time ago. Y'all just here now. I remember it was just a select few in there. And now he opened it up to more kids. He even trying to open up to more. That if I was him, I wouldn't. He trying to open it up to more opportunities for y'all kids. Instead of 96, he opened it up to 120 something. I wouldn't do it, but guess what? That's just the way they are because they believe in giving these kids a more of a chance. Well, there ain't no way 200 kids can get it done. So understand that, the people, and just encourage your kids to get better so they can be. Just you want them to be top in the class in school. So you want to be top in your class in basketball too. Get us out of here, Jimmy.
Yeah, man, it's time to slide on down Dino's back and yappa dabba do this thing. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us on this Monday. We'll talk more. Don't forget to go over to rcssports.com, that website, and you guys, Doug Jones should be putting up one of the first installment of about 3 recaps that's going to come this week from Rucker on Wood. You guys just hang tight, and it'll be in the VIP news. Meanwhile, don't forget we have the 9th and 10th graders will occupy with, think about it, 9th and 10th graders get a chance to play in front of the entire coaching staff of a college this Sunday at University of St. Thomas. And that's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be buck wild in that place. And I expect the energy to be like off the charts because the 9th graders is always the most attended of the sessions because it's their first one and everybody want to see how this thing goes down. They never experienced it before. So we thank y'all for that, man. We'll have more pictures and stuff to share with you guys tomorrow. We got a ton of stuff. Video, Archie Young will get some of the clips from the championship games and throughout the event, and you guys can get an idea of how that ambiance was on this past Sunday. Also, it was one other thing I had for you guys. I can't think. The Super 16 extravaganza. You guys can download the RCS Sports app, and you can see that schedule in its entirety. That takes place September the 30th, October the 1st, and the 2nd. And that is the Fall High School Championships. Also, if you're a small business owner, operator, or employee, and even corporate, not limited to small business, and if you're interested in taking out an advertisement in the magazine, and then guess what? You can send an email. We have advertising in the magazine. And if you're interested in doing so, nice, crisp ads, you can feel free to reach over to us. Send me an email or even advertise on the Chop Shop. Your ad can be scrolling across the screen right now during the show in different segments. Your ad can reach all of the viewers. If you are in business or you are thinking about expanding your reach, don't go another day without sending an email, chopshophtx@gmail.com. chopshophtx@gmail.com. Guess what? And we're here to serve as a valuable tool that can also give you the opportunity to expand your business in the process. You never know who's watching the Chop Shop. Now, speaking of watching, tonight we'll all be probably watching the Pearland Little League as they take on Honolulu, Hawaii in the semifinals of the Little League World Series. On the American side, the way they do it, they put the American teams will play on one side of the bracket and the international teams on the other side of the bracket. The two winners will face off for the Little League World Championship.
Right.
So Hawaii is the favorite, Hatter. These guys, they're the favorite, so to speak, for people that I haven't studied Hawaii's roster. I just know that Pearland isn't fazed by that, and we're gonna come out there cracking those bats often and early on.
Pearland have any brother? Any young
Yeah,
black
they
kid?
got a right field. They got a kid and play right fielder. That's a brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll watch it then.
Yeah, they got one right field. But so that's at 6 p.m. Central Time this evening, Pearland and Hawaii. Little league games only go 6 innings, guys. 6 innings, and they have a 10-run mercy rule at any time after 3 that goes into effect as well. So make sure you try to check that out if you can. It would be fun to watch. Rod Wilson, how was the weekend in ATL? I wasn't in ATL this weekend. I was in Ohio.
No, Jimmy, he ain't saying that, Jimmy. Jimmy, he talking about the baseball team. You know that.
Oh, okay. How was the Astros? We get there, and our whole mode, Atlanta goes and set off fireworks, and they try to poison our best hitter. They try to poison the big fella, Everett. Yeah, he had to go to the hospital, rush him to the hospital in an ambulance.
How you know what? He wasn't trying to get him a piece of work somewhere.
No, he was in the game warming up. They threw some smoke. Like some smoke stuff, the fireworks went off, and the stuff he couldn't.
Come on, Alvarez, with your little soft butt.
Couldn't breathe. So they got that, but it was a 2-1 series.
Softest doctor's kind.
Atlanta won 2-1. They won 2. We won 1, and both of the last 2 games, the score was 5-4. So that just go. And then mind you, Verlander did not pitch any of those games. So don't get beside yourself. He didn't pitch any of those games.
The V man, man, let's get out of here, man. They taking bets on how long we're gonna be 3 o'clock.
Oh, they really?
The under finna win today.
Man, we gone. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Share the show on your way out the door, man. Peace. We up out of here, man. I got to get moving around. Okay. I got a meeting. Chop. We up out of here.
All right.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop.